Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I have for you 6 new gel polish colors from Ugly Duckling. They are some really great spring coral type of colors, and I wanted to go through talking about how they swatch, how they apply, and what I kind of think of them. So let's dive in and get started. First shade up is number 201. So this I would describe as a bright burnt orange. So I do think that this particular shade would be great for fall time, but because it has that brighter edge to it as well, I do think it would be great for spring and summer. This shade definitely needed 2 coats. You can see with the first coat there that it went on a tad sheer. Number 209 is a nice buttercream yellow. It's not really a pastel yellow. It's got a little bit more of a brightness to it, which I personally like because I think that it's a little bit more versatile for spring and summer too. And this one applied really nice. If you guys have swatched yellows, like, you know how tricky they can be. And this one needs 2 coats, but it does not go on streaky, which is really nice to see. Number 210 is my personal favorite from this whole collection. I just think it is such a great light peachy shade, perfect for springtime. And this one applied really nicely. Again, 2 coats, but it doesn't go on streaky, which is really nice to see. And I think this is a very versatile color for the background of different nail art designs. Number 211 is a peachy shade as well, but it's starting to lean a little bit more on the coral side. It definitely has a little bit more of an orange look to it too. This one is really nice as well, and it applies really good. They all apply really well. 2 thin coats for this one too, and I do think this is like the perfect peachy coral color for springtime. Now 212, we're getting a little bit more darker in that orange peachy type of vibe here, and I really like how this one applies too. I think this one would be a great transition color leading from summer to fall, just because it has a little bit more of those darker orange tones in it, but again, a versatile color for this time of year too. And the very last color is number 213. This is a brighter orange color. It is very similar to the first orange one that you saw in this collection, but a little bit brighter. So in my opinion, perfect for summer and a good transition color as well leading into fall, because it does have that burnt orange aspect. So this is all of the colors in the recent release here. Some really great shades for spring and summer. There's definitely some versatility here, which I think is really nice. So let's jump into a tutorial. I am going to create myself some press-on nails using these colors as well as the Ugly Duckling tippies, and we will come up with something fun for spring. First thing I'm going to do is just resize my nails to make sure that I'm getting the right fit. And for this particular nail and my middle finger, the tippies are a little bit too wide at the cuticle. So all I'm doing is trimming them down here so they fit a little bit better for me. I also find this length quite long for me personally, so I'm just going to trim the tips down so it's a little bit more manageable for me to wear. And then we're going to get right into our colors. So I did prep the nails using a tip primer that I have, and I'm going to go in and do 2 coats on both the pointer finger and the middle finger in this beautiful buttercream yellow. I was so excited to wear this color. I just think it screams spring, and it is such a nice yellow color. Personally, for me, I'm not a huge yellow fan on my nails, but this color I immediately loved. Number 210 is going to go on my ring finger and my thumbnail, and at the time of painting these, I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to do with them. I just knew that I wanted to incorporate that really nice light peachy shade in the design too. And last minute, I decided to add number 211 to my pinky fingers. This way I could tie in a little bit of blending with the florals. You'll see what I mean soon. My most asked questions is what stands I use to create my press-ons on, and I use the Ugly Duckling ones. I think they work so well. They're nice and heavy and sturdy. I knew that I wanted some sort of florals on the yellow nails because I thought they would make such a nice background. So I'm just going to take those 2 peachy colors as well as these 2 hard gel colors and put them on my little ring palette here. And I was going to initially try to do some hand painting with them, but I am not the best hand painter. So this is a tip for you guys, is if you really want to do some hand painted designs, just stamp a design down as the background. And I did it in a really light white color, so you can't even really see it. I can just see what I'm trying to outline. And then I'm going to get my base for the floral nails, and I can go in and do some blending and such on top of it. This worked really great for this design because I really struggled to actually do the bases of florals, and just stamping it down like this, I could go in with the shades that I wanted to coordinate the color gels all together. I did the same type of idea on the pointer finger, except I used a different stamped background here as well. and I went in with the darker color, and then I decided while it was still wet to go in with some of the light peachy color on top to give it more of a blended look. I preferred this than what I did with the middle finger, which you guys are going to see right away, but I thought this looked a little bit more realistic being blended into the wet gel. So when we go back to the other nail here, I cured the light peachy color and then I went in on top with the dark peachy color, and it just felt too structured for me. So I think if I was to do this particular nail again, I would do the technique that I did on the pointer finger where I blended the two colors together. I just thought that looked a little bit more realistic. Personally, I think that floral nails look so much better if you incorporate some greenery into them. It just makes them make a little bit more sense. So I am following my stamp for these leaves here, and I wasn't really liking how they were looking just being that one solid flat green color, so I decided to mix a little bit of yellow into the darker green. Now keep in mind I am mixing a hard gel with a gel polish here. I'm just doing it for the art, so I'm anticipating that it'll be okay, but the gel polishes generally soak off, and then the color gels are a hard gel, so they don't soak off, so their properties are a little bit different, so you don't necessarily want to do this like on your actual nail, but for the art I think it's going to be okay. I'm just going to go back in and clean up some of these floral lines and just add a little bit of this shading here and make it look a little bit more crisp, because I wasn't liking how it was kind of spreading, I guess. And for this nail here, I'm just adding some different strokes of greenery into it. I wasn't super picky about this. I just wanted to add a little bit of the accents, and I did decide to add an extra little flower in the corner of this one because I just felt like there was too much green on here. So that's the nice thing about working with florals, is you can just kind of go back and forth until you get a look that you're really liking. Now for the ring finger and the thumbnail, I'm doing something that I actually haven't done in a while, but I really like, especially if you're wanting to incorporate some bling but you don't want to add crystals. A nice little side swoop of glitter works so well for that. This is something that I used to do on my clients all the time if they didn't want to wear crystals, because sometimes they'd want that little bit of extra bling, and I have really been missing doing that. So now that I'm actually wearing these nails, I'm thinking, hey, this looks really cool. I definitely think I'm going to have to incorporate this more for my personal nails, because I don't like to wear a lot of crystals on my nails lately. Finish off the floral nails, I am going to add a little bit of that gold just in the center of the flowers. I think this gives it just a little bit extra. I actually think it really finishes off these flowers nicely. Did want to add some crystals to this design in one of the nails, so I'm going to take some of the Ugly Duckling crystals, the Shtick It, as well as their micro beads, and I'm going to put just a little crystal cluster on the pinky. If I just want something kind of toned down but still nice, this is the crystal design that I will go for. So I put a really big stone in the middle closer to the cuticle, and then I just fade the stones going a little bit smaller towards the free edge. I also wanted to throw in some of these rose gold micro beads, so I'm just placing them on the Shtick It where I kind of want them, and then I'm going to position them exactly how I want them here just before I cure it. I really like the look of floral nails matte, so I am going to do a matte top coat on both of the floral nails because I think this is going to make them pop a little bit more, and then I'm going to take my tack-free top coat for the other nails because I want those glitters to really poke through. The Ugly Duckling matte is not tack free, so I'm just going to take some of the gel cleanse on a wipe and just remove the tacky layer, and you can see the matte just really making these florals pop. I really like how these nails turned out. And then on my thumb on the other finger, I am just going to take some of that really pretty gold color. It's a yellowy gold, but it has silver flecks in it, and also has a really fine like holographic flecks. It's super pretty. Now I'm just going to apply my press-on nails to my natural nails. I have a video kind of explaining a little bit more of how I did this with the tippies from last month's Ugly Duckling video, but all I've done here is just remove the shine from my natural nails. I'm going in with some prep and then some primer. I'm putting a little bit of glue on the back of the press-on nails here, and I did put a primer down on those nails first so that they would adhere a little bit better, and then I'm just putting them on my nails here. These work really well for me personally because if I need to get them off quick, they're a lot easier for me to remove than say using the tippies with a gel. They just function a little bit better for my life right now. But this is how the nail design turned out. Definitely comment below and let me know what you guys are thinking about it. I'm really liking these. I am loving wearing peach on my nails right now. I just think it is so perfect for springtime. But comment below and let me know what you are thinking of these new spring colors. Make sure you're following me on all of my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!